You put them on?
Yeah. And then ideally if you put the cord on, I forget on your I think on your inside. Like if you put the cord, turn it around.
Sure?
Just
left.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I mean, he's all backwards. I guess a joke. I don't know. I think if you put the cord on this side, though, it looks cleaner when you're... Whatever, bro. Whatever you're comfortable. I really don't care.
I feel like there's going to be less cable.
Okay, cool. Whatever makes you most comfortable. All right, so the timer goes off at 24 minutes. So if you're in the middle of saying something, if I can just kind of start wrapping it up if the buzzer goes.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then come right back.
Zimbabwe. 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 Zimbabwe.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. What up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast. And today we have got a really, really, really special guest in the house. Ever since I even decided that a podcast was going to happen, this was one of the first people to pop into my head, and for a very, very good reason. I have, before I fully introduce you, I'm going to speak to the listeners real quick and just kind of paint a picture real quick. So I'm going to ask the listeners, have you guys really, like truly, really stopped and intentionally and purposefully faced your deepest, darkest fears and secrets? Have you ever just had so much faith in yourself, life, and the universe that you achieved absolute success in your intentions and what you wanted to do? Have you ever just been so fucking scared that you just said, you know what? I'm going to use this to fucking fuel me and achieve fucking greatness. Who I have in the house today is somebody who says yes to all of those things on a regular fucking basis. Who I have in the house is a world traveling fucking class act. This man fucking does everything really well. Most people are a jack of all trades. This was just good at fucking what he does. And it's mind-blowing. Sebastian helps people. He cleans the planet. He travels the world. He sets up organizations all around the world. I'm going to have him explain this. But who I have in the house today is Sebastian motherfucking Hernandez. I am so fucking excited. Straight here from Colombia. This man is only in the country a fucking couple times a year, so it's an absolute honor to actually have him in person. So fucking welcome, bro. Thank you for being here. This is fucking incredible. I'm so fucking stoked to have you here, dude. So thank you, number one. And
thank you, dude.
Yeah, bro. So like there was a couple kind of ways I wanted to take this. And I'm trying to think what the coolest way. Okay, I know. What I want to do is I'm going to ask you the same question just in two different ways.
Okay.
The first one is I want you to answer simply. And the second one, I want you to go into depth about what that means. And then if I get sidetracked, we're going to talk about like career. No, before we do that, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, let's just start there real quick. And then I'm going to jump into some crazy shit here. So
what do I do? I would say what I do is I follow my highest sense of joy.
Whew.
Right?
Damn, dude.
So inside of that, I find what do I really want to do? What really motivates me? What really inspires me? What really gets me going? Now go do that.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's inside of that, I get to do a lot of stuff. I remember when I was young, I used to say I want to be a Renaissance man. So what is a Renaissance man? Someone that does a lot of different random things.
All right, fuck it. So what are some of those random things you do? Like just quickly, like we'll dive deep in this, but just for the sake of like introduction, kind of getting set up here, like quickly, what are some of those things that you do?
So one of those things is we actually got to open up a nonprofit. So this nonprofit is called We Clean Planet, and we actually are founded here in the States, and we actually have another nonprofit in Colombia where we empower community leaders to make and empower their own community, making it beautiful and whatever that looks like, whether that's cleaning trash, whether that's planting, whether that's gardening, but it's empowering community leaders around the world to really take ownership of their land, of their community. So that's one thing that I get to do. I also have a coaching business where I get to empower people to follow their own truth, to connect. Who are they? What's their purpose and what's their worth, and actually magnify that and actually follow through with that.
Wow.
I like to surf. I like to skateboard. I got my barber's license. So it's like if I find something, I'm like, yo, that sounds like something I'd like to do. Then I go and I figure it out and I try to learn and I do it. Right?
I love that. Just to interrupt you real quick, just to throw this out there because it's kind of funny. People always ask me, hey, how, like, are you growing your hair out? And I'm like, nah. My barber's only in the country like once or twice a year. And I'm like, people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, like, my barber's like a world traveling, world class fucking dude who changes the world. They're like, but he's your barber? Like, people just don't even get it. So I think that's dope because you do what you love and it fucking spills into everything. And like, a lot of shit that you do doesn't even make sense to people until after the fact that the result is shown and they're like, holy shit, like, wow.
Yeah, it's following what you enjoy doing. And if you enjoy doing it, you're gonna eventually get really good at it because you enjoy doing it versus doing something because somebody told you, hey, you should go do that.
Fuck yeah. I immediately start thinking college, life, career, all of this shit.
Right? Yeah. We live in a society where everyone tells you to be happy or to live fulfilled or to be successful, you need to be doing this or you need to do that or you need to do this. And I stopped asking people, hey, what do you think I should do to become successful? And I started to be like, well, I want to go do that. I'm going to go do that. I want to go do that. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do that. And then people are like, yo, you must be successful. I'm like, I don't know if I'm successful. I just enjoy doing what I do.
I love that. And I mean, that really is successful. So I think that's tight. So fuck, bro, this is cool. So like, what was I going to say? Like, so that's really cool. So, trying to think okay, first, what are your social media tags and where can people find you?
Social media. So really Ignite with Sebastian. That's
Ignite with Sebastian.
Ignite with Sebastian. That's my personal account. And then we have our nonprofit, which is We Clean Planet or hashtag Instagram. It's We Clean Planet. Yeah, We Clean Planet.
We Clean Planet. Just keep searching for that. You'll find it. And it's dope. Also, if you travel around and whatever, the Clean Planet hat is a fucking like beacon of safety, bro. Like I went to Peru by myself. I don't speak Spanish or nothing, but I had the We Clean Planet hat on. I'm walking around and people are like waving at me and pointing at me and I'm making all these friends very quickly in a place where I can't even talk to people. And it was because of that hat and what you've done and the work that you've done around the world that it's actually providing people safety. Like it was like, yo, you're an outsider. Yo, you're not an outsider. Yo, you're cool here. And it was like, bro, like in the first day and a half, I made probably like 6 friends. And like, that's crazy for somebody who can't even speak the language, you know? Like that blew my mind, but it was because of the work that you did and the real intention and power of you being like, yo, I'm going to do what I love. And what I love to do is like helping people, empowering people and just really fucking like doing that, you know? And so what you created was like safety for me. And like when you can provide safety and peace of mind for people, there's like almost nothing more valuable. And you weren't even there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm just playing in the after effects of what you've done.
You know, I think that's the first time I got connected to what you're saying. And what I'm getting connected to is the intention of the hat. The intention of the hat is a beacon or a demonstration that you're willing to put all sides aside, like all differences, whether your religion, your culture, your background, your color, your race, everything. And you are stating that you are a planet inhabitant. You live on this planet. And because of that, you're willing to put everything aside and come on the same page, which is that's the common ground.
Fuck.
Right?
Damn, dude.
Yeah, damn, dude.
So that's the symbolism of that hat. That hat is, I'm going to put all things aside, no matter how different we are. And the fact is that we are on the same planet. So therefore, let's work together on that basis.
Bro, I fucking love it, dude. And like, just to paint this picture in real life for people and for myself and for you is like, wow, I realized I never even explained this. It's like very basic and it's kind of like, oh, that's cool. But like, it's actually really, really deep if we dive into why this happened, which is when I stepped out of the airport in Peru, I had no phone service. I had no internet service. I had nothing. Like I couldn't even contact the people I needed to contact because somebody was supposed to come pick me up and all this. And like, I go outside and I'm like, it's just a bunch of people trying to hustle me for a ride. Hey, come with me. And I'm just like, no. Like, and then all of a sudden I see somebody driving like way in the distance and I see the orange hat and I'm like, yo, and I'm wearing the orange hat and I see him just kind of cruising, kind of looking like, hey, who am I looking for? You know, like, oh, I'm looking for some like white looking dude. I don't know. And like, he sees the hat and I just see a point at me from like way far away. It's doing the little moto taxi in the motor car, like just pointing at me. I'm like, I point back and I'm like, huh? But it was like, yo. And the first thing we said was like, he just comes up to me and he's like, Sebastian, clean planet? And I'm like, yeah! Like, those are the only words we can communicate to each other, like, in English, supposedly. So, like, that was fucking epic, bro. So, damn, it's fucking epic, bro. So back to the question I wanted to ask you to be able to paint this picture, which is, I want to ask you two different ways, one simply, and then the second way, I want you to go deep into it.
Okay.
So, and the reason I'm asking you this is because you're such a deep person and you do so much. It's really hard to like get a quick snapshot of like who you are. To even listen to an hour or 2 hours of you talking it's not enough to get who you are, what you've gone through, or where or why you're at where you're at, or why you do what you do. So in order to like really paint that picture, this is not a question I ask people. So I'm gonna ask you simply, who are you? Simply put in a couple words, like who are you?
Who are you? Someone that's clear that this platform, this dimension is a space to learn. That's who I am. So therefore I am a student of this universe. I am a student of my life and of life.
Fuck.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, bro. Okay, so then I guess the next question is like, how can you elaborate on that? Like, let's go deep into that. Like, what does that mean to you? Like, how does that show up in real life? And how is that, like, rather than the theory of it, how in real life are you able to apply and show up, and what does that mean to you for who you are?
Yeah, it's learning. And obviously I've gone through a lot of training myself, and I've paid for a lot of training and coaching and development that's given me access, or at least the door of what's possible when you can look at the world disconnected from what we think is the truth and be willing to take on different perspectives. And from being able to take on different perspectives is that, well, then there's different perspectives to everything in life. And it's like, all right, well, then how do I take on these different perspectives, knowing that there is no such thing as a truth, but rather a relative truth? And so it's always looking at different ways of looking at different things. And so it's in my life, every time something would happen, I've learned to disconnect from it happening it to me, and therefore happening it for me. And the moment it became for me, then it was the student of, all right, well then if it happened for me as a student, how can I apply this? Or how can I learn from this?
What does that mean real quick? Sorry. That it happened for you. For people who don't, or have never heard that, or don't get what that means, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so no matter how bad of a negative circumstance happens, let's say I just got robbed, right? I just got robbed at gunpoint, right? And immediately I can easily go into the victim, or I just got robbed, right? But then what if there was a reason for that? Far greater than I can even imagine. I was so caught up on the victim mindset of I just got robbed that I didn't realize that actually just saved my life because I was 5 minutes late. So somewhere where it just got shut down.
Whew.
Damn, dude.
Fuck. Okay.
So it's willing to look at, like, no matter how bad this is, this probably just saved me from something far greater.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's willing to look at, no matter how negative things is, it's like, no, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to be a student. And the student is, how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? How can I not take this personal and use it as an item that I can learn from, grow from, expand from? And now I have a valuable lesson that I can share with, an actual experience I can share with.
Damn, bro. Damn, dude. Like, fuck, what I hear within what you just shared with that, like, the thing, it just keeps shouting at me and shouting at me. Like, usually when I'm listening to somebody, like a thought or an ideal or a resonate, what's the word? Like,
something resonates.
It resonates, yeah. And then I'll let it go, because I'm like, if I keep sticking with these resonating thoughts, I'm not actually listening. But what just happened with what you were explaining is the thought that kept resonating, keep coming back, that I just kept putting aside, and I'm like, yo, this is actually real, which is what you just described. What I heard, the deepest, like, to me, I'm always simplifying when I'm listening things, and what I heard in the simplification of what you just shared is deep and true appreciation. Because it's like, there's an appreciation for life. It's like, yo, I got robbed. What is there to appreciate? And just through that stance of like appreciation, you're like, oh, well, I didn't get killed because because of this robbery. You know, I didn't get in a fucking car accident because I just got a speeding ticket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that just kind of leads back to like appreciation. And like, I see you're somebody who appreciates life and people. Like, it's so rare in my experience to find people who truly appreciate other people, like on a real, genuine, authentic level. And for you, I see you're somebody who just sees people that way, and it's mind-blowing to me and a lot of people that you have the ability to like continuously see that. Like, I don't know, it's just trippy to me that you come from this place of understanding all the time, and like understanding and appreciation. It's like my observance of you. I don't know if you relate to yourself that way, but like That's just I see that within you. Like everything you do, I'm like, oh, he's just doing that because he's appreciative. Oh, he's doing that because you're thankful for people and you're thankful for life, you know? So I don't even know if you relate to yourself that way or not. It's just, I know we're all just doing our own fucking thing. We don't really, like put that title on ourselves or whatever. But
something that stood out as you're saying that, and I was just talking to Jen about this. It's that I went through a training, and one of the most key things that I can reflect and I can use it to this day is they told me, always relate to people as their best, regardless of what they show you. Relate to them as their best so that they actually have an opportunity to grow into their best. But if you relate to them as where they're at currently, then there's no opportunity for them to grow beyond that.
Wow. Fuck, bro. So how do you do that? Or maybe not how do you do that, but how would somebody who's trying to start doing that? Like where's the actual like practical step to be able to like start making that transformation in my like natural way of thinking or viewing people or judging or something?
Well, judging is a big thing. It's like nobody likes to be judged, yet we enjoy judging others. Yeah. Right? And so I think first and foremost is having compassion with oneself. Right. And when you can have compassion with your oneself, then all of a sudden, when you can look at your own stuff, at your own negative stuff, and you realize, man, I'm far from perfect. I mess up. I do this, I do that. And I'm far from being this angelic thing that I actually have a lot of dark stuff. And I'm willing to acknowledge it, accept it. Then it doesn't surprise me when I see it in somebody else. Because I no longer feel like, oh, well, I'm better than, I would never do something like that. It's like, hold up, I'm not in that position. I don't know. Wow. Right. So therefore, it's having this level of compassion that we're all growing. We're all on this journey, and not all of us have had mentors or guidance or someone that can kind of show us the route. So that compassion is like, yo, you're learning. We're all learning. Right. And I feel like that's something that comes from like the grandfather spirit. The grandfather spirit gives you space to like go mess up. You're learning. And they have the compassion because they have the experience of knowing what it's like to mess up over and over and over again. That's why they're grandfathers. Damn. Right? And so that grandfather spirit is always that compassionate, like, you're growing, you're still growing, keep going, you're growing. Right? And so with that, it's that context of like, well, I want to believe in people. I want to believe that people really are great, that they really can achieve incredible things, but they don't know it because they've never had anybody to actually believe in them. Or most people don't have that. Most people have people judging them, critiquing them, putting them down, making fun of them, right? And it's all because of insecurities, right? I've said this before. People that are hurt people. So therefore, if I'm constantly judging in others, it's like, wait, if I'm judging over there, every time I point the finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back. So it's not really them. It's something over here. And so therefore, it's if I want to see the best in others, it's that gives me the access to really start believing in people and believing in myself that I can continuously grow. Damn.
So like, so what I hear inside of that is like what people can do is to basically start turning inward to be able to start giving and thinking outward in a positive and healthy light. Like, I feel like if I judge you because you're wearing some super wacky looking clothes or something, like it's really just me judging myself because I'm too afraid to wear expressive clothing or something like that, you know? So like, I feel like, I don't know, just what I hear from that is to be able to like, just focus on yourself first. Like let people do what the fuck they're going to do. Focus on why we react, how we react to certain things. And like, and there's something else that you said too, which I think is really cool is like grandfather spirit. I love the idea of contextualizing like spirituality or spirits or energy and stuff, because then it makes things make a lot more sense, you know? Like we say mother nature, that's a very commonly accepted word amongst the masses, and we're all like, oh yeah, mother nature, father time. And it's like, but hold on, there's a reason that got called and labeled that. It's like father time because it's patient, it's forever, it's strong, and you can't really fucking go against it, you know? Like you can just learn to work with it. Like if you have a stubborn ass dad or grandpa or uncle who's like, that's the way it is, you can just either learn to work with them or just be miserable. Like that's kind of the only 2 options. And father time kind of presents that, not prevents. It's like, yo, it presents that like, yo, time is just gonna fucking happen no matter what. And then mother nature's like, yo, within time, we're gonna fuck shit up. We're also gonna make the most beautiful thing ever, you know? It's like, they're on a different clock, I feel like mother nature, the spirit of like what a mother would be, the spirit of like what a father would be, what a grandpa would be, what an aunt would be, an uncle. And it's like when we relate to like mushroom, psilocybin, or ayahuasca, and it's like we start talking like, oh, like for me and my experience, like ayahuasca, I always saw like as a, she struck me as three different things, which would be like a grandma, a mom, and an aunt. So kind of all wrapped up, depending
Around the feminine though.
around feminine, exactly, yeah. And it's a very feminine, like wow, like I don't. It just when I describe it, I just want to describe it as like a deep breath, like. And you can relax and you're safe. You don't have to worry about none of the manly judgment, like puking, this and that. Like if you think of like childbirth, it's pretty disgusting if you look at it like in a contextual like man point of view. But if you look at it in a feminine point of view, it's like, yo, this is beautiful. This is Mother Nature. It's like at the same time, sure, there's puking, crying, screaming, pooping, all this shit going on, but it's beautiful. It's like that represents also like the storm coming in, destroying the town, and then like just it healing itself. And like I think it's really powerful to be able to like contextualize that stuff. And that leads to like we're coming up on a break in a little bit, but that leads to a few things actually. Before I go there, because I want to get into like plant medicines and stuff like that and shamanism. That was another thing I left out of my intro, which I'm a little disappointed about, which was this man here has been working with shamans and in the jungles and fucking all around the world over the past couple of years, just learning and training and learning and training and learning and training. So that's going to go incredibly deep. So before we go there, let's take a quick little break real quick, because this is just some like really exciting shit. But before we go there, I want to like kind of jump into your background, where you come from and all that, which led to why and how you're doing what you're doing now. Yeah. So fuck yeah, bro. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
We're back. And I would like to say, nice hair, Sebastian. It looks good. He was worried. We're about to start this on normal. It's oh my God, I'm so nervous. He's just like, bro, like, I'm really just worried if my hair's all right. Like, fucking hey, talk about enjoying life. And like I said in my intro, like, when you just face your fears, that gets to be your reality. Like, yo, I'm fucking terrified, but okay, I'm fucking here. You know, it's like, shit, this guy's fucking been to Haiti and, you know, some crazy fucking, what, Haiti? Yeah, and like some crazy places. And it's like, I think it's just so funny when there's anything that can get you nervous or even like thinking, oh shit, what about this? Because it's like, you just so face your fears. But then like when something is scary, you just turn it to, oh, well, like, does my hair look good? It's like, oh, fuck, bro. Like most people are worried about like, am I going to say the wrong thing? That's fucking, whoa, sorry. That's fucking epic. No, so let's go backwards a little bit here.
Okay.
So let's talk about like where you come from. Where are you from? What was your upbringing like? Like, I mean, for those who don't know, Sebastian was born in Colombia, which is pretty fucking cool. And like, he plays in the towns that we hear about in America on the news. Oh my God, Pablo Escobar, this and this shit and that. Don't go there. And this was just like, yeah, it's fucking beautiful. Go check this out. And I'm like, so it's like, no, it's fucking epic, bro. Like, oh, and just real quick, this just occurred to me. Sorry. One thing about this podcast, conversations go fucking all over the place. Topics, I should say. And we just go bounce around to fucking what's fun or what seems more appealing at that moment. So, we're gonna get into that background. This just occurred to me real quick, which was like, bro, like, if it wasn't for you, I would have never taken that first leap and fucking traveled. Like, real shit. Like, I remember we were sitting on the tree. We were at the Black Mountain, no, not Black Mountain, PQ, the PQ trail, and we were biking, and we were on some crazy shit, but we stopped and we sat on this tree. I think we were smoking a blunt, just fucking kicking it, and we were just talking, and my normal excuses, which people would normally like let me get away with, you didn't. And that made the biggest difference in my life. Oh, I forgot to reset the timer. Okay, cool. It made the biggest difference in my life because you didn't let me get away with my ordinary excuses. It was like, hey, bro, why don't you come to Peru or Colombia, wherever the first place? And I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be sick. Like, I don't really have money though. Well, why don't you make some and save some? And I'm like, how? He's like, well, and then you just start dissecting into like, well, what can you do to get more clients? What can you do to do this? What can you do to do this? And like, basically just kind of like squashed all my logistical bullshit things that would have let me stop me. And it just had me shut the fuck up. And like, listened to the trees and life and myself, and I got connected to that, and I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, and then I saw what you started doing. I'm like, this is the right way to go. Like, fucking be scared, just go travel. So I just want to thank you for that. That was why I needed to cut you off for that, because I felt that was important, and I've never actually stopped and acknowledged it. So thank you for that. Like, I think that's fucking dope. I see, I'm so excited right now. Like, my brain's like going 1,000 ways. I'm trying to like keep this somewhat orderly for people, but
It's perfect.
oh, it's exactly perfect, bro. I think I need to smoke this blunt. I'm fucking moving too fast, bro. So let's just go into like, where the fuck you from, bro? What's your background? Like, why are you the way you are? Like, what was growing up like in your house? What was growing up like? What was your like childhood like, school like? You know, just kind of touch on that shit, whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, so let's see. So I was, like you mentioned, I was born in Colombia, and I left Colombia when I was 2 years old. I got to Houston, Texas, and there it was my mom and my dad.
H-Town.
Yep, and I got to. That was the beginning, being in the States, right? And a lot of my youth was learning to grow up by myself, right? So my mom, my dad being immigrants and coming to this country, they had to work, and they had to work hard. They had to work night and day. And there was many times that I didn't spend time with them, right? I saw my mom in the morning for breakfast. I went to school. I came back. I saw my mom for lunch. And then my mom and dad showed up, and then they went to work. And I didn't see them till the next day. And that was often a lot of times. So I grew up a lot of times by myself. Once my parents split up, my mom and myself went to Miami or to Fort Lauderdale. And that was when I really started experiencing family, because up until that point, it was just me by myself. So I didn't really have cousins or anyone that I can grow up with until I was about 10, 11 years old. Then that's when I started getting contact with more cousins and more family. And that started to open up my world to what it means to have family.
Were they in the States?
Yeah, they had already arrived to the States by the time I was 10, 11. And it wasn't until 18 that's when I joined the military, served in the U.S. Navy on the USS Ronald Reagan. And I can say that when they say that the Navy, it accelerates your life, it really does accelerate your life. It had me grow up real quick, right? And doing things like being responsible for multi-million-dollar planes, which I actually crashed one.
You would, bro. What the fuck?
I actually crashed a multi-million-dollar plane. You know, I never actually brought that into context that I did that.
Hey, what up? We got Chimps in the house. What's good? Ashley, what up? What's cracking? What's up, bro? Hell yeah. We got live guests in the stew. What's happening?
Oh, hell yeah.
And we got Blunt. Fuck yeah, what's good? Oh, how's it going? Damn, dude.
Yes, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so and that was a real wake-up call. At that moment, I realized, wow, a plane is more important than my life. Because I remember getting screamed at, and I was just like,
Fuck.
How dare you do that? I was like, wait. You mean to tell me that this plane is more important than me? And that was like a reality check. I was like, yeah? It's like, oh, damn. Why am I risking my life for something that's not being valued, right? So I remember that was a real wake-up.
Did you hit this?
I did. Yeah, let's do it again.
Oh, yeah. Come through.
Right. And so being in the military, that opened me up to a lot of different experiences, to really growing up, to being on my own, to having to figure out, all right, what does it mean to live by myself? No longer any parents, no longer any family. It's just me, myself, and I. And then traveling to different countries and experiencing what that's like, and experiencing what it's like to be able to build a family, and family in the sense of like friends, right? Mm-hmm. Friends that become family, like that brotherhood, that sister is like, damn, like, wow, that's like, it's not family blood, but it's like, it's just as deep, it's just as strong, right? And so to be able to go through all of that, and really just this hustler mindset of like, I want to make a lot of money. That was my biggest thing. And that came from having to see my mom struggle so much, having to see my mom work 2 jobs a day, right? Yeah. And it's like, damn, mom, I don't want you to work this hard for me. Like, no, mom, like, I got this. Like, don't worry. Like, if you're working this hard, it's because you want to work that hard, not because you got to do it for me. Right. Yeah. So I remember I got my first job when I was 11 years old as a busboy. Damn. And bro, that to me was pretty legit, because that opened me up into entrepreneurship, where I started selling CDs, right? Okay. And then started selling candy, and then started doing all these other stuff.
Wait, so just to like contextualize this, so you were in like junior high when you started your hustle?
No, I was in middle school.
Middle school is junior high.
Oh yeah,
that's what we call it. I don't know.
Yeah. I was in middle school. I was probably what 6th grade. Yeah, sixth grade when I started working at this restaurant. And obviously I was too young to be working officially, right? But my uncle was the cook. And so because it was a family business, it was like, all right, well, cool, I can do that, right? And I remember that just opened me up to learning about customer service. Like I remember I was a busboy, so you're not supposed to get tips. The waiter's supposed to get tips, and the waiter's supposed to break a cut off of to the busboy. Well, because I was constantly working and going to the people and like, hey, can I get you something to drink? Can I do this? And just providing that, I realized, hey, every time I serve, they're paying me, not the waiter. Right. So that opened me up into business, into customer service. And there was this big mindset of just, I need to hustle. I need to make a lot of money, which then led me into this whole path of, all right, how can I make this money? What can I go into? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to cut you off real quick because you just said so much. And that's a very clear point to end off on, or just we'll touch back to. So like there's a couple things you said that I think is very helpful and useful. Is helpful for myself and I'm sure for other people. So one thing that's interesting is like you're saying something that all the other guests have been saying, which we all have in common, which is like this brotherhood. Like, yo, I found family in blank.
Yeah.
And that is such a big thing that keeps circling in all these interviews is like, yo, I found family in. And it's interesting because that blank for just the guests, and not even just people I know, but has been gangbanging, fraternities, the military.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Because for me, I learned that brotherhood that like, yo, you don't have to be blood to be family. This is your fucking family. And it's like, I learned that through like gang shit and gang life. So it's like, it's not all bad. There's a lot to learn and camaraderie and all of that. And then there was the other thing that I think is so important that you said. Within having that job and starting that hustle, you said the words people skills. And people skills, what I believe and all my mentors I've listened to have all said is that people skills is the new degree. Yeah, it's like it's worth more than a degree in any college you can have. Because people skills is like a lost art. Now we're in the day of technology and we're in the day of like communicating with no context through emails and all this. You know, we don't actually understand what the other person's saying through text all the way. You know, we get it, but it's not all the fucking way. And I think something that's interesting is like being older and having these people skills or like pre-internet where you had to talk to people. You had to use your hustle to be able to get money out of people, you know, like that is where I feel like the real fucking genius lies. And what you discovered is your genius of how to talk to people. And it's like, yo, like they're doing more work, but I'm getting paid more. Like this is interesting, you know, like how the fuck?
Yeah.
I think that's so phenomenal because I know people skills have taken me the farthest. Like I'm thinking back junior high, like when you're explaining this, I'm thinking middle school, 7th grade, I sold candy bars in front of the Vons at the grocery store. And like, I sold like $1,500 worth and I'm like 11 years old. And people are like, how the fuck did you sell that much? And I was just like, I don't leave the store until I sell an entire box. I don't care about the time, whatever. But what it taught me standing there for all those hours was just how to construct words and how to relate to people. Because I would start off with what they told me to say. Hi, would you like to support it? Would you like to help support my trip to San Francisco for my school and blah, blah. And like, people were just like, pfft. And then like, I realized, hold on, like that's not how I would talk. So I started hitting people with some crazy creative shit, you know? And I was like, hey, if you buy 2 candy bars for the price of one, or sorry, if you buy 1 candy bar for the price of 2, you'll get 1 free. I'll tell people that. I would just walk up and be like, hey, if you buy 1 candy bar for the price of 2, you get 1 free. You're just buying 2 for the regular price. But like in the moment, you don't hear that. Yeah, you're just like, what did you say? So what started happening was people started giving me $5 bills and taking no candy. And I'm like, whoa. Like, what did I do? You know? And I didn't realize until now as I'm growing up, all I was doing, for one, was shaping people's skills. But the next level, I think, of people's skills is having your people skills be of somebody and something that contributes and adds value to people's lives. So like when your people skills become value to other people's lives, that's when like I feel like we're actually fucking on point.
Yeah.
And that's what inspires me to do this podcast. Like, whoa, I've learned all these people skills in very interesting ways that for a fact nobody else was out there doing. You know, like I was the only person standing in front of that store. I was the only person painting these fences. I was the only person building these bikes. So I was the only person doing these things. So like that makes my experience unique. And whatever you've gone through, whatever any person's gone through, that makes you unique. And it's like when we share, no matter how different we are, like we find out we're all the fucking same. Like,
Yeah, well, that's what I think. It's like we're all walking this journey. It's like we're all on this individual path, no matter how connected you feel you are to everybody. At the end of the day, you're born alone and you're going to die alone. So it's your path to walk, right? And so when we can fully understand that it's a path, it's a journey, and in that journey, you're going to experience all types of things. The real question is, how are you going to deal with the things that you confront? And that's the real growth. That's where magic happens, because then you're not attached that, oh, well, that's just the way I am.
Damn, dude.
hella, bro. Dude, you get to be like a brand new person continuously, but it's not from this fake I changed up type of brand new person. It's like I'm shiny every day. You know, it's like you're washing your car regularly or getting your haircut regularly versus not. It's just like one's just a shiny version and one's not. And like I feel like when you can do that mentally and with your fun and livelihood, like I catch myself doing that. It's like, oh, I don't even want to go play by the water if there's not big perfect waves because I'm a surfer. And it's like, no, what the fuck? You're stupid, bro. Like, you're missing out on having fun at the lake. Like, that's what you are. You know, like, how much is being a surfer benefiting you? Being at the lake, being upset that you can't surf. You know, it's just like, no, you're missing the whole point. Like, you got to be brand new. Like, who cares if you're a fucking surfer or you're a this or a that, you know? Like,
well, I think you're pointing at something. I think it's the need to be that surfer, not for self, but for others.
Damn, dude.
hello.
Right? And so I think that's what we get caught up in society, is that we start living to try to impress and prove to others. And that's not your journey. Your journey isn't to be here to impress and improve on others and be better than others. Your journey here is to impress and improve on yourself. Are you growing? Is the person looking back in the mirror, is that person better or worse than you were yesterday?
Damn.
And when you get clear that there's only one path and it's your path and that nobody else has the same path as you, then why the hell are you comparing yourself to anybody else?
Yeah. Right? Damn, bro. So hold up. You might appreciate this, you might not. I'm gonna milk you for some stuff you would charge people for, if that's
All right.
okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, and by the way, that is my completely selfish reason for wanting this podcast. Is I've been paying for mentors. I'm like, I don't want to pay. I just want to talk to you guys for free and like get the info, and it helps you too. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck, what's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. So, but so I guess my question is if I were to ask you from like a coach perspective, or you were my coach, I'm your client perspective,
Okay.
like. How do I, like, what you just, everything you just explained right now, like, I don't even know how to sum it up. Like,
Following your path. Follow
Yeah.
your own path.
what
Stick
would,
in your lane.
there you go. What would be the very first practical steps to begin your path? There you go. Let's say somebody is like, yo, okay. Let's play like client coach scenario.
Sure.
I'm sick of my job. I'm like, it's okay. It pays me enough to support the life I want to live, but it's just not doing it for me. Where should I start, or what should I do? I'm not completely unhappy. I just know that there's more. Like, what would you say?
Perfect. Define it.
What do you mean?
Define it. The first thing I start off with any person that I start coaching is we got to get clear on who is your highest self. So this was actually taught to me by one of my coaches, one of my mentors, Destin Garrick. And he talks about the highest self being in the world of infinite amount of possibilities, right? Using quantum physics, if we were to look into the future, there's literally an infinite amount of possibilities. Anything is possible. Yeah? So, and inside that infinite amount of possibilities, then therefore out there in the future, there's a version of you that has already achieved everything, absolutely everything you have ever desired, wished for, like imagine, like it's done, it's complete.
Like, as a possibility.
As
right?
a possibility.
Okay. Yeah.
He's out there. He's already the most fulfilled version. Like he's got it all. Can you agree with that?
Yeah. Like
Perfect.
we can visualize that person.
Well, more than vision, can you even just accept that that's a possibility out there in the future?
Okay.
Can we just start there?
Yeah.
Because if we can start there, then now we have hope.
Yeah.
Now we have hope that now you actually believe it's possible.
Yeah.
Right? And so now that we got that it's possible, now the next thing is, who is he? Go ahead and describe him. what does he look like? How does he dress? Where does he dress? Where does he go? What's his Mondays like? What's his Fridays like? What does he do in the summer? What does he do in the winter? How often does he do what he does? Is he married? Like everything.
I love that, bro. When you say that, what pops in my head, and I when I envision my higher self, the question, what does he smell like? That part, it just so stuck in my heart. I'm like, yo, he's not fucking stinky.
Right? And so but he's getting very clear, like in all possible aspects, like really, like who is he in all aspects? And once you can get that very, very, very clear, now it's go start fulfilling on that. But more importantly, go start identifying all the bullshit stories you've told yourself that limit that even possible.
Whoa,
I'm going to say that again.
Yeah.
Discover or identify all the bullshit stories you've created that limit that possibility. Meaning, because you believe that you can't do it, that's why you're not going to achieve it.
So what would an example of that?
Let's say I want to have $1 million.
What's one of yours?
Okay. What am I of what?
Like if we were to use that example, but you apply it to your own life.
Okay, so an example would be one of my visions is I will make $1 million a day. Right? And so a bullshit story could be, well, I'm not worth that much. I can't do that. Like, what? That's impossible. Like, who am I to make $1 million a day? That's a bullshit story.
Yeah.
Right? In a world of infinite amount of possibilities, why not? You see, here's the thing. We get caught up on, but like, how am I going to do that? That's not the assignment. The assignment is, can you believe it?
Damn,
dude.
fuck.
Don't worry about the how. Focus on do you believe you can actually make it happen? Do you believe that you have the power to actually manifest that?
Damn. Yeah, because then it's just like the steps are just going to follow. You're going to do what's alignment with that. Like, damn, I hella relate to that. I feel that. It's like, if I relate to myself as a scary, or like as a thug or a gangster, or a scary person or an intimidator or something, then like, I'm going to relate to people like they want to fight. But if I'm like, or like I want to fight or they want to fight, whatever, you know? And then like, at the same time, if I go out and I'm like, I'm a good person, I'm a helpful person, I'm useful, I'm a contribution, then I'm just gonna naturally start like looking for things to do that's in alignment or association with that.
Yeah. It's really like, so with the assignment that I have a lot of people do is start getting clear. Write that person out to the fullest. And then you want to have a powerful meditation. You want to have a powerful meditation that you can utilize in very crucial moments. Now go read that to yourself and record it.
Whoa.
And now you have your meditation of your highest self. So I work a lot with plant medicine. And so it is very often, if I'm working with ayahuasca, at some point during the ceremony, I'm going to put in and plug that in and program my mind. Who am I again? Oh yeah, this is who I am. Based off of who? Based off my creation.
Wow.
And therefore, if I create it in word, then I have a space to live into that.
Damn.
And if I'm programming that into my subconscious mind, the universe will help me fulfill and fill in the blanks.
Wow. Damn, I hella feel that. Is there a way to say that simpler for people who like haven't quite done the work to really like grasp that, so it's not just kind of like out there?
How?
Because you know those words start. Whoa, the dog came. Hi Ziggy, what the heck?
Again, it's belief. It's belief that you have the power to create, and that your creation, it's your. You see. That would require you to be willing to take responsibility for everything. And the willing to take responsibility means to let go of all the stories that doesn't give us power, that we're addicted to, meaning our victim stories. And we have a lot. They're called anchors. Usually we go through all this traumatic stuff when we're younger, right? And so these all become anchors and stories of limiting beliefs. And so therefore, if we don't do the work in identifying, where do I not believe in myself? Why don't I believe in myself? Right? And it's questioning all of our belief systems, right? Not just accepting things because you said that you told me that this is purple, so now I must believe that it's purple. You could be right, but you could be wrong. Because what if you're telling me it's purple and I'm asking you how do you say it in Spanish? You're not wrong, but you're also not right.
I love that.
You see what I mean? So that's why the truth is so relative. And I think when people get that truth is relative, is like when you get truth is relative, then you must understand that you have the power to identify and interpret your world. And it's up to you to define it and not let others define it for you. And so therefore, it's how do you define your trauma? That's your anchor. That's what's either holding you back or pushing you forward.
Yeah.
How do you relate to it? How do you relate to your past? How do you relate to your pain? How do you relate to fear? Right? You mentioned earlier something about like me facing my fear, right? Or I've learned to just, it's like I know what it feels like. And so I know when it's there, it's like, oh, this is fear. Right? Just a quick little snippet. The other day I was surfing, right? I was in Colombia and I'm surfing, and I usually go by myself, and I'm completely by myself in this one spot. I've never surfed here before, so I don't really not too sure of the water. And I'm in there and I'm going at it when all of a sudden I just feel this pressure like of the current. And of course, because there's a lot of rivers that go into the ocean, the river creates a current right by the shore, right? And so I felt like all of a sudden, I just felt like the water was just taking me and pulling me out. And immediately I just felt this emptiness in my stomach, like, oh shit, this is fear. But I was able to like, oh wow, this is fear. Thank you. So I relate to the ocean as a grandmother, right? So I'm like, oh, thank you, grandmother, for showing me what fear is. Oh, this is fear. Thank you. And I just let myself be in that fear, like feel it fully. Don't panic. Don't just feel it. Now that you got it, now what are you gonna do? It's like, oh yeah, I gotta swim that way. And then it was just like, there, done. It was gone. Right? But I think that's what it is. When we confront fear, most of us get stuck in that feeling and we freeze instead of fully acknowledging it, being with it. And that's with any emotion, right? Whether it's anger, right? We try to suppress them. We try to avoid them. We try to neglect them instead of trying to be with it fully while sustaining yourself, sustaining yourself. Containing.
Maintaining yourself, I guess.
Holding your composure.
There you go.
Holding your composure, right?
Yeah.
Being able to hold your composure in all these emotions. And that's where also you get to observe yourself. Instead of being the emotion, you get to observe the emotion, learn from the emotion to overcome and grow from the emotion, right? And that's where we start to heal a lot of our past, heal a lot of our stuff.
Yeah. Damn, dude. That's a lot. That's really deep. I love that. It's so crazy. Like what I started thinking with what you said and what resonates, and something I read in this book called Fearvana, which I highly recommend everybody check out, by the way, by Akshay Arna. I forget. I'm butchering that. Fearvana is fucking dope. But what I learned from that was, and just from my own experiences, was that with fear, it's like it's meant to save our life. Like it's there to help us. Like if you boil down, like let's put human back in before anything. Like when humans just like I don't know, like wild. You know, we don't have technology, we don't have houses, we don't have transportation, we don't have stores, none of that stuff. And like all you had to do was survive. If you think about it, what is the one thing that's this is trippy. Like you could be doing something that's required to keep you alive, like eating, having sex, building a house, making fire. You could be doing any of those things, and fear is the only thing that has the ability to override all of those things. Imagine you could be in the middle of you could be in the middle of having sex, and if a fucking tiger shows up, you're not just gonna stay there and keep going. Like you're gonna fucking get up and run or hide or whatever. If you're in the middle of eating and a fucking tiger shows up or a lion, like you're gonna do what you need to do. You're not just gonna keep eating, you know? Like
I might share.
I mean, you fucking might, but like I think like as far as what fear is supposed to do, like there is gonna be some instance where in one of those scenarios that motherfucking lion's gonna scare the shit out of you, and like it's gonna override whatever even necessity you have to do to keep yourself alive. So I think like fear is really fucking cool. Actually, if it has the ability and it's more important than the things that I need to keep me alive in order to keep, and fear overrides all of those to actually keep me alive. That's fucking crazy, bro.
See,
like,
I think that's the key thing though. It's the questioning, but why am I fearing it, right? But yeah, no, absolutely. Overcoming
Yeah.
fear and learning it. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Fuck, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back on this. This is fucking dope, bro.
Damn, dude.
I forgot where the camera was. All right, what up, everybody? We're back. And, all right, let's see. So, damn, bro, this has been really fucking valuable and fun.
I agree.
And fun is valuable. So, so it's funny. Like I said, we keep jumping around everywhere. But, so just to kind of tie back in, we sidetracked and we said we are gonna come back to your upbringing and coming up and stuff. So like you had your hustle going on, and then so we're not going too far backwards in some weird way here. It's just just testing it. So like you got into the financial background. So earlier you were painting the picture of like why and how like money became appealing to you. You know, like what you went through and what it was like, all right, nah, never again. Like I'm fucking making loot. So that led you into like the financial industries. So like what
But then there was something also that I want to acknowledge, and it was this obsessiveness with making money and doing whatever it took to make money, right? But then at the same time, understanding what my morals and values were around making money, right? So that was also something that I got to experience young in my early 20s, where I had an opportunity to do some pretty big illegal shit to make a lot of freaking money. And at that moment, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to sell myself. I'm not going to sell myself out for that much amount of money. Right. So that was one thing that was really cool. But at the same time, I also got the experience of willing to have my mouthpiece to be able to sell what I need to sell to get the money that I want. Right. So when it came to sales, and so there was just a part of me that just like didn't feel in alignment with that. And it got to a point where I realized that, wait, I'm doing this all for money, but is this really what makes me happy? Like I started to see a lot of people, with a lot of money, but I noticed that they weren't all necessarily happy, right? They were stressed out. They had all these things they had to do. And I was just like, I don't want that, right? And so that really ultimately led to this whole internal journey of like, wait, what is it that I actually want? Right. And then that's when I would say my spiritual journey started, where I let go of all the material stuff, where I let go of this hunger for making money and found this hunger for finding value and purpose.
Awesome.
Right?
Fuck yeah. Oh, I love it. This is where I was trying to take this conversation. That's perfect. I love it. Dude, that's cool. So like what really was the shit? Was it what you noticed in people that like, or was it something that you noticed in yourself that like
In
really
myself.
was like, yo, holy shit. Like what am I doing?
In myself. Cause I realized that I was following money because that's what people told me was what made you successful. I started following money because because I was under the illusion that once I had money, all my problems would disappear. Right. And no matter how much money I continue to have, my problems didn't disappear. They kind of just multiplied. Right. And so I started, I'm like, how does this work? Why am I not happy? I remember the first time I got my big check, right? And I was just like, really? Like, I thought it was going to be a different feeling. Like, I would just work my ass off just for this. Like, and it wasn't
And you
necessarily.
see the taxes?
Yeah. Don't even go there, right? And so it's like, and then it's like, wait, but is this really what I would see myself doing for the rest of my life? Like, is this really what fulfills me? And then I was like, no. And then the real question was like, well, what does fulfill me? And the answer was, I don't know. And I was okay with that because that opened up a space for like, well, then let's go discover that. And then that's when in 2015, I literally decided to let go of everything, all of my material stuff, a lot of the stuff. And I started like following my intuition. Like, what do I actually want to do? All right, go do that.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, bro. That's so fucking awesome. Cause like, I remember seeing you go through that and just, and being there for it too is like, I don't know. It's so cool. Cause I'm like, I see a lot of people like, yo, what's Sebastian doing? You know, it's like, is this so crazy? I'm just like, no, this is fucking badass. Like, you don't understand, literally. Like, damn, like I think that's so cool. And this ties back into like, I love how you just painted that picture and how you described that, like, and it kind of ties back into like how we were just talking about fear. And I there's something that's like this commonality that keeps resonating with me between like with this whole conversation, no matter where it jumps to, is like there seems to be this like magic combination of like imagination and just doing it that equals like the ability to face your fears. And I feel like what you would keep doing is like using your imagination positively. And it's kind of like, how we were talking about training your sub. Oh, I don't know. Were we kind of talking about training your subconscious?
Yeah,
and like with your imagination, there's so much power in being able to use it. And I think what ties into that also, which I think is so important, because I know for me it was a big thing, was when I use my imagination, I am being like a kid version of myself. I'm like, and I feel like the kid version of myself was this free person where anything was possible. And my imagination is what dictated who I was going to be or what I was going to do or who I am or whatever. And my imagination plus acting on it equals fucking, wow, this is success. You know, like I would imagine, like I would, like in my youngest form, I was like the neighborhood BMX biking fucking champ. Like all the way until I was maybe like 11 or so, and these fucking kids around the corner just surpassed me. But I was like, it was a good while where I was unfuckwithable on a BMX bike. But I remember I would set records in my neighborhood. I have like at least 30 people who can verify all this shit. I should get them on recording. I'm just kidding. But like, what I would do is I set a record of jumping like 20 something kids on my bike off this little like 1.5 foot ramp, and I would go full fucking speed down the street. But the thing was like in my head, I'm like, I would jump like 4 extra rows of those people, and then the reality was I would literally double my jump, and I was like jumping as if I was gonna, if somebody's life was at stake, because I mean it really was, and like people were scared, like I'm not gonna lay down. But I remember my dad, he's like, no, he saw the consistency in what I was doing. So what happened was my imagination was that I can jump 2 entire full car lengths off this little fucking ramp. And everyone's like, no. And then like, I don't know, my dad he just saw it in me. Like I had that confidence in myself. My imagination met my ability. And my dad saw that and was like, watch this. My dad fucking laid long ways, like a second car length behind, and I fucking cleared that by like a lot. And everybody was like, yo, like your dad just put his life on the line for you to pull out this BMX trick, bro. Like that's fucking crazy, dude. But I remember when he did that, what resonated, I just got chills right now. It's like, what resonated was with me. And when I look back, and it's like, what was that power? It was my imagination met my abilities. And like how I became aware of my abilities was just being present with like my imagination, even
more importantly, going after it, going for it.
Yeah. You know, and the thing too is like in that moment of when you're believing in yourself, like when the heat is on and it's time, like the failure's not an option. Like it's just not even an option. It's like if I go sit back and think about it and I analyze and I try and measure it, I probably won't do it. My imagination will fucking completely take me off course instead of work for me.
Yeah.
So like,
but I want to acknowledge a specific word you said that's very key. And you said you were consistent, and my father saw that. That's why he had faith. And that's why he was willing to put himself on the line, because he saw your consistency. And when you're consistent, it becomes inevitable.
Fuck.
That's why consistency is so key.
That's fucking powerful, bro. Wow.
When you can be consistent, and then, and here's the other thing that I want to acknowledge on the side of your father, right? Is that your father saw you, and he was willing to say, no, I believe in my son, which I can assume only increased your confidence to be seen by your father in making that leap, making that jump, like demonstrating, like, look, dad, look what I can do. And then your dad like being like, hell yeah, you can do that. I believe in you. And that, I believe, is what's missing in America.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, bro. Wow. That's fucking powerful. Thank you, man. And thank you, dad. Like, fuck, bro. Like, damn, thank you. That's, wow, man. Like, fuck, bro. That's really impactful, man. Like,
what did you just get present to?
I don't even know, bro. I'm just like kind of in awe right now. It's like something just kind of like, what I'm present to is appreciation, gratefulness, and like being a father now, looking back and seeing that my dad had that ability, and he was able to do that with as young as he was and with as many circumstances as he had going on. Like, it's just so beautiful that out of anything, no matter what exists in language or fucking statistically or in communally or societally, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you just be present and we have like, if I can be present and I can give that to my son, like presence is just like the absolute most like beautiful gift. And it's so interesting. I realize too, that's why I value you so much as a friend, a brother, is like, because you continuously give me presence, and it's a gift that like it's hard to even accept because I'm not used to people being so present, you know. And it's like, wow, like I'm so thankful for that for you too. So thank you. And like I'm just really grateful of life and the ability to like see these opportunities and to be able to understand this. Like it makes all the shit I've ever gone through like worth it. You know, it's already been worth it, but it just makes it even more worth it and more like, yo man, like life is just so beautiful. And like I heard I was listening earlier to David Meltzer talk, and he was saying, somebody was asking him like, what have you learned? What's the biggest lesson you've taken from this whole Corona thing and shutdown and you not being able to like travel and do all of this stuff? And his answer, and he was like started choking up when he's saying this too. He's like, my 3 teenage daughters and my 10-year-old son, I get to have dinner with them every night. And I would pick that over being at the Super Bowl fucking conference. I would pick that being at the best fucking view in the world. I would pick being with my family. Have the ability to have dinner with them every night is what this whole Corona and this whole shutdown shit has given me. And I was just like, whoa, like that's really appreciation. Like that fool's got millions of dollars and can go do whatever the fuck he wants financially. And it's like, at the end of the day, if you really ask yourself, like, if you had like a moment left on, you know, if you had an hour, what would you do? And it was like, if you're not at that point in your life where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go do cocaine and fuck strippers, like, then your answer's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna spend time with family or loved ones, or I would just want to have dinner with them one more time, you know. And like, and I think of how powerful it is through different cultures just to even eat dinner. The act of eating dinner is such a big thing. Fucking Kashi, shout out to you. He taught me, there was one time he was like, bro, like, I don't know, we were just driving or something and we were just quiet, and he just like had this big, like, he just had so much peace and love resonating out of him. And he was just like, where we were at the house, I forget, but he was just like, dude, when people like, when you can share a meal together, that's one of the most beautiful experiences ever. And I was like, what? Like, why? And he's like, because everybody's happy, everybody's experiencing enjoyment, everybody's present to some degree. If you can taste that food, you're present to some degree. And everybody's sharing this common love and just this common presence where everybody's benefiting at the same time, and there's no challenge, and it's just, you're just there sharing, and everybody's in this moment. And everybody's being nourished. And we're physically feeling better. We're physically feeding ourselves. We're physically like being here and sharing energy and spending time. And I was like, holy shit, whoa, like, damn. It changed my life and perspective on like eating dinner. Like, wow, man, that's fucking powerful, bro. So like to be able to have your family and eat a meal, like, if that alone is something that any of us can receive out of all these lockdowns happening and all this shit going on, if you lost your job or whatever, like, that's at least, that's like if you're fulfilling your final wish before it has to be your final wish. Like, yeah.
That's beautiful. It's, again, being present to what really matters.
Yeah.
And how often do we really stop and ask what really matters to me? So this is a blessing in disguise. Corona did that.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I know there's so much to be thankful for if we just look at it. I could also contextualize so many things in my own life and be like, oh, this is fucking terrible, this and that. I can look at my finances right now. I can look at my, you know, my ability to work and this and that. And it's like, nah, you know what? Rather, I'm going to just put this energy into fucking creating a podcast, creating some fun. Whether nobody fucking listens to this ever, that's fine. Like, I truly don't give a fuck if that happens, because this is for my legacy, my kids, my friends, my family. Like, bro, like, right now, like, we both get to be documented and time-stamped into history, like, no matter what. Just because, you know, as long as we put this somewhere, this file somewhere, it just stays there forever. And like, that's pretty fucking cool because our future generations, people we influence, people we inspire, people we whatever, you know, it's like, damn, that's there for them to fucking check back on and like, it's just real. Yeah. And like, I think that's what's so dope about this podcast and so powerful is like, these are the conversations we need to be having. Like, we really, this stuff needs to be said, you know, like it's not fair that this isn't the common conversation around. And I think that something that's so dope about you is you have that ability to like simplify this deep ass conversation and give it to people where it actually helps their life and like stays with them and shit, you know, like that's fucking dope, dude. Real quick, can you read the numbers on the camera? How the timer?
No.
Not at all. In the upper left corner?
I know they're white numbers, but I don't know what they are.
I did not hit the timer at all. I'm gonna go check that out. Sorry, one sec. Fucking, Okay, cool. Alrighty. You can tell we're pretty professional around here, so,
You know, but again, it goes. I want to acknowledge something. It's again, you're not doing this for others. You're doing it for yourself, and I think that's the key to anything in life. It's you're never really doing it for others. You're doing it for yourself, and by doing it for yourself, indirectly, you're doing it for others.
Yeah.
Or indirectly, you're impacting others. Right. And so when you can stay in your lane, I think that's really what I talk about. It's just stay in your lane.
Why?
Huh?
I don't like that.
And what I mean by no. What I mean. What I mean by that is like stay in your destiny. That's
okay.
I really
like that.
Your lane as your destiny, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so
it makes sense to contextualize that first. Like, okay, what does that mean to stay in your lane?
Yeah, stay in your destiny. It's your
that's
right.
Dope.
And so it's like if you know your destiny, why are you comparing yourself with what other person's doing or what this person's doing or being less than or more than the other person? It's like, no, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I make the metaphor of who's a bigger hunter, the lion or the shark? Who's the better hunter? Well, let's put the lion.
Shark.
Well,
it depends.
Let's put the lion in the water. Who's the better hunter? Now let's put the shark in the land. Who's the better hunter?
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes that's what we get caught up in. We start trying to compare each other when we are completely made for different things.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I love that. Yeah.
So it's like, why am I going to compare myself? Why? It doesn't make sense. If there's anyone to compare myself, it's two people: the person I was yesterday and the person I'm out to become.
That's tight.
And in the present, I get to be the transition. That's what the present is. The present is the transition. You can't be everything now, and you are everything now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And so what I mean by you can't be everything is you can't demonstrate or display all of your emotions, but that doesn't mean you don't have all of the emotions.
Yeah.
So you are everything. But then it's the transition or stepping into that greatness. So often I hear people say, well, if you're constantly thinking about the future, then you're never really present or acknowledging the present. Well, no, that's not what I mean. What I mean of looking into the future is now you have a pinpoint. Now you know where you're going. You got clarity. You know that that's where I'm going. And if you can know that that's where you're going, then let go of how you're going to get there. Now be here fully present and know that everything and anything that happens right here, right now, it's part of the process for you to get there.
Damn.
And you can be okay with that. You can be okay with anything. As a matter of fact, you can even be okay with death itself.
Bro.
Because if in the process of me getting to where I want to go, I die, well, I died on a purpose.
Yeah.
And that's better than what most people can say. Because they're not clear on who they are, or more importantly, who they want to be, what they want to be, what they want life to be about.
Yeah.
And so therefore, so what are you doing? Oh, that sounds like a cool deal. I'll do that. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that looks like, I'll do that. Oh, I'll do that. But it's not a sense of self. And so going back to, if you were my client, what the first thing I tell you? Who's your high self?
Damn.
Damn, dude.
That's fucking dope, bro. I love that. That's beautiful, bro. Whoa, keep kicking shit. Damn, dude, that's fucking sick, bro. There's like, damn, this just takes me so many places. I'm trying to think like how, which way to go first, because I don't want to lose people. For me, shit's scattered. It kind of like I can work better with it. Like if I'm trying to compartment, I don't know.
Perfect.
Like everybody just flowing. So, damn, dude, like Okay, that leads perfectly. I know. With discovering your higher self and within you being able to do that, just keeping that in mind, that leads me to, what are plant medicines to you?
They're tools.
Love it. So, first of all, let's say what are plant medicines like physically? Like, what are different variations of what you would consider plant medicine?
How about I speak from the plant medicines that I've worked with?
All right, yeah,
Right.
Perfect.
So when I think of plant medicines, I look at any medicine or anything that's a plant that can be used as a medicine, right? And that could be herbs, that could be vegetables, that could be fruits, right? That could be, depends on the type of medicine that you're looking for, right? Or the type of result that you're looking for. I've had the pleasure or the gift, the blessing of working with ayahuasca. I've had the pleasure and gift of working with Kambo, which is not necessarily a plant, it's an animal, right? But it's still used on a spiritual level to heal, right? Whether it's cannabis, whether it's psilocybin mushrooms, right? Whether it's DMT. So I've experienced DMT as well. So all of these medicines, I refer to them as tools, right? And they're tools because you need to understand the context of how to use these tools, right? And so it's kind of like the same example when we talk about a hammer. You're not going to use a hammer to screw a nail, right? You're not going to screw a nail with a hammer. You're going to hammer the nail, right? And so it's understanding how to use the medicine and when to use the medicine and what to use the medicine for, right? And so that's what I relate to as plant medicine. Now, how do I relate to that in the sense of the work? It's you being able to use them to identify or like having the intention.
Yeah, damn. There's something big that I feel like you're saying and pointing to, which is like having intention.
Yeah.
That like I feel like with how you just related to all of those things was you had an intention and a purpose for why you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a big difference if you're just doing it to be like, oh, what's gonna happen to me, versus all right, I want to do this to seek some sort of clarity or opening or healing or some shit like that. And I feel like the first step is even being able to acknowledge that, yo, even though I got a dope ass life and I love what I do, there is still fucking trauma that lives inside me. I used to get offended when people say like, oh, it's because trauma, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't have trauma. Like, I wasn't raped. I wasn't this, that, and it's like, but hold on. If you were yelled at when you weren't supposed to be yelled at, that's a version of trauma. If somebody said something that hurt your feelings and you fucking never let it go, that's trauma. Like, here you go, Chimps. Good looking, tastes good.
Thank you, brother.
But that's the thing is like, I've learned that everybody has trauma that I've fucking met or experienced, and like, yeah, I mean, you can try and change the context of what that means, but like, if we're using it in this context, which we're gonna, like, understand, like, we all have some sort of trauma. It could be like when your teacher yelled at you. Like, for me, an example of trauma that like I didn't realize was such a big deal until I really looked at it in that light was when I was in second grade. Like, well, in first grade, my sister, grandma, and great aunt died all in the same month. So that like jacked me up a bunch. So in second grade, I'm just like completely tuned out. I didn't even talk for the whole year. But what happened was like teacher called out and said, hey, everybody, like our book, all the subjects were in one book. So it's like English, math, whatever, all in the same book. So you turn to whatever, teacher says, Calvin, read question 2 or whatever. And like, I'm like, start reading it. And I read a math problem. And fucking the whole class laughs, and she like kind of condescendingly says to me like, oh, we're doing English, Calvin. And I was just like, fuck, it just like hurt my feelings so bad because the class was laughing at me, and what I made it mean was that I'm fucking dumb and I suck at school. But like, I didn't realize that that's what I made that event mean. I just took it as like, damn, that was kind of embarrassing. Whatever, like my life is cool now, I'm not tripping. But when I realized that, I was like, yo, like once I actually saw that and dove into it and just felt the pain of it again, I realized that like, fuck, like I'm making decisions as a little kid in an adult body. It's like I'm treating people and judging people and having my view of people based on an upset child, versus fucking an actual like present adult.
Yeah.
Like,
and well, the fact that you're able to bring awareness to that, right? Because how many of us are men really acting out our inner child, right? And in an immature way, right? And it's not necessarily consciously, right? But it's more from a space of we haven't healed a lot of our trauma.
Whoa, sorry. Wrong. interrupt the show with that shit is because that's grown men acting like fucking babies. That's what the fuck we're all doing in some way, shape, or form, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Look, dude,
it's crazy.
Now, there's a really good book called Iron John that I've recommended, right? And it talks about a lot of the lack of initiation. You touched on this earlier, that most of the people that come on here talk about being family or finding family in, right? You mentioned finding family in gangs, in a fraternity, in the military, something, right? And so it talks about how most men or most boys don't go through that transition here in the States, here in America. There isn't an actual initiation process for men to turn into or be experienced and seen as men by older men. Right? Wow. So there's this really powerful statement that I got, and it's I am a man, and a man amongst men I am. Right? And so it's in that statement is a man amongst men. It's like, who are you as a man amongst other men? And then being seen as that by other men, there's a sense of like, yes, thank you. Right? And it's that being seen that I talk about that's missing. That's missing in that transition of what does it even mean to be a man? Right? Yeah.
No, for sure, bro. Like, it's interesting because I've definitely found myself in instances or scenarios or groups or whatever where, like, I feel not inadequate as a man, but I feel like a kid in comparison to fucking the people around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here you go, Chums. Like, fucking... Like, I don't know. It's like, at the same time, there's a lot of people putting on a front. And they're just acting like fucking whatever. But at the same time, whether they're doing that or not, that still shouldn't shake who I am or fuck with who I am. You know, I should just be inspired or learning. You know, like, if what they say offends me, then I should be learning. Maybe that's not that inspiring. But, like, you know, otherwise, I'll just be inspired and use that.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess that comes back to comparing yourself and...
Well,
you know, like, who are you actually?
Well, no, and I think this really hits on something, right? Whenever at any point we feel triggered, right? And we talked about this, it's like if I'm feeling triggered for some reason, the taking responsibility, it's why am I triggered?
Yeah.
Why is this even triggering me? If it's real, then, or if it's not real, then it shouldn't trigger me. Or if there's something there why does it trigger me? And then that's self-mastery. Self-mastery is when you can run in this dimension, this world, this shared dream, and not take anything personal, but rather as a teaching, as a, look, why did you just get triggered? There's something to heal. Da, 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 da. And then people just trying to trigger you in every possible way. And it's like, oh, that triggered me. Okay, perfect. It's not you, it's me. Why did that trigger me? Why did I let that bother me? Right? It's like being able, I got to experience, I know what it's like to be around, to sometimes in holding space. In holding space for some, especially men work, right? Holding space for another man to do his work, sometimes it's a man confronting you in every possible way and trying to dominate you, right? But it's you being able to hold space because that's not the real intention. Usually that comes from a defense mechanism.
Right.
So when we can start to look at people not as this aggressiveness, but as this defense mechanism, right? In defense of trying to protect themselves and not demonstrate vulnerability or whatever that looks like.
Hey, let me hit that iPhone. I hope that was on the film. Trying to have, and for the audio people, he just passed me the blunt, but handed me the iPhone on accident instead of the blunt.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I feel like this whole conversation we just had was based off of tools that you and I have learned with like the plant medicine tools. Like I feel like once you've learned to use those tools in real life, this conversation we just had in the context that Sebastian just created and shared is a direct result of knowing how to use the tools which are plant medicine.
Yeah. Plant medicine.
Sorry, I was gonna say, because like this conversation is based off of a context of personal responsibility everywhere. And I feel like how that was obtained for you and in my experience, just speaking, correct me if I'm wrong, but like is just from learning how to use these tools and experiencing them. It's created, it just kind of like creates this natural inward way of thinking and feeling to where it's like, okay, I'm like, rather than looking from out there here, I'm looking from completely inside out now, you know? Fuck, we might have just lost video. Do you know what that says?
No.
Okay, fuck. Let's take a break real quick. Oh, timer anyway. Perfect. Oh, I think it filled up. Okay, 1 second. We'll be right back.
Well, thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Are you okay with that? Or would you like that to change?
I'd like this to change.
Good. So you know you're not stuck. Good. And it's process and it's time. Good. That's the start. As long as you know that you're not stuck and you gotta go through it, gotta feel all what you're feeling, just don't get stuck. Feel it through, feel it all the emotion, all the pain, all whatever it is that you're going through. Feel all of it. Don't put it aside. Don't ignore it. You can transcend that shit and overcome it and grow it. And dude, on the other side, it's a whole new learning experience. Have you seen the documentary The Work?
No.
Dude, if you have it on your phone, look it up on YouTube. Highly recommend The Work.
It's on YouTube. It's a documentary.
Yeah, but you have to pay for it. So just look at the preview for now. Oh. Chips? And then if you get a chance, dude, if you can, fucking rent. Matter of fact, oh yeah, dude, that would have been a fucking cool thing to do.
What?
For all of us to watch that together. It's powerful. It's like men's work on a documentary.
That's sick.
Did we start?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. No, I just recorded that. Is that cool if we keep it in?
Yeah.
You cool with that? I don't think we can hear you anyway. All right, fuck yeah. Bro, I just had to click the on just in case. I was like, yo, this is fucking real life right here. This is dope. Hold on, let me just so I can line it up. Okay, that fucking, right now, was actual fucking conversation, real life that just fucking happened. Mm-hmm. And that was recorded without these guys knowing. I told them that we putting this on there, but that was just a real life conversation. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught the majority of it. And that's so fucking beautiful, bro, because right now that just painted a picture of who you fucking are, like in such an incredible, real fucking way. Like, that's why I'm just like, dude, like, this is the conversations that are happening that aren't being recorded and people don't get to fucking hear, that people actually talk like this in real life. That's so fucking beautiful, dude. Like, for you to present that, for you to answer how you did, to be like, just to be real with your answer too, and just to come back and it's like, damn, like, that's how real life happens. Look how easily somebody it is, and I did this too. What up? Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm cool. How many of us do that every fucking time we see somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Sebastian just did right now, and Chimp's willingness to like participate in it and be open and receptive is what needs to be fucking happening. This is how the change in life starts. Like, bro, how are you? How are you really? How's your spirit? How's your heart? Like, that was how the conversation started if that part didn't get captured. And like, holy shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this is why I'm trying to do this. It's like, fuck a podcast, fuck an interview. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. Like, this is the realest shit. Like, this is what needs to be had. And regardless of, like I said, if anybody fucking listens to this or not, that's fucking powerful. And this shit's documented and it's going to change somebody's life. Just changed my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let's talk about that. How are you doing?
Fucking,
like, really,
yeah.
like real. How are you doing?
I'm doing, you know, I've been doing really bad. And as of now, I'm doing really good.
Okay.
Like, and see, this is the other part too. I guess it comes to my brain starts going, okay, well, doing in what aspect? I started.
Yeah. What was bad about it? What was bad?
Well, what's currently?
No. Well, yeah, sure. The emotion. What's the emotion that's bad? What's the
Oh.
emotion? What's the emotion that you're feeling that has you feel like it's bad?
Right now, I don't feel like it's bad right now.
No,
Oh,
in
like-
the past. Let's say in the past. What was the
Oh.
emotion?
Oh man, it would be. Is disconnected an emotion? I don't know. Like disconnected from people, life, conversations, working, meditating, reading, learning, stuff like that. Been disconnected in that sense. So the emotion of that would be like feeling inadequate or not good enough or lazy or it would try and start putting me in a downward spiral. I don't know. I guess I would put myself in a downward spiral, and within me doing that, I would stop giving love to my relationships.
There you go. More. Can you ground that more?
Yeah. So like,
Like, can you say a specific thing that you're dealing with right now, if you're open to that?
yeah, like
Conversations need to be had.
yeah, no, exactly. I would say like expressing love to my girl. Like
Okay.
that would be like one of the biggest things. I've just been so hardened that like I haven't been like emotionally available to her, I should say. Because I haven't been really emotionally available to myself. And and it's funny because
What does that mean to be emotionally available to yourself?
it means that, like I was saying yesterday, like I took a vacation, like mentally, like I took a vacation from my emotions. I took a vacation from my manners, from my gratitude. Like I just disconnected. So like, I guess that's the opposite of that is what that would mean. Like, which would be being present, and
But
using my tools to be present, which would be like reading, meditating, taking time to myself, doing things that I love, go riding motorcycles, go surfing, like the physical things like that. Like when I stopped doing that, my emotions, not even my emotions, because I'm pretty not in control of, but like aware of my emotions, and they don't really completely dictate my life or anything.
Can I ask you, have you ever cried?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Good.
Fuck yeah, bro. The first time fucking I might have shared this on another podcast, but and I might have shared this with you too, but this is a dope story. Shout out Mark Halverson. This fool, I'm not gonna call him this fool. With respect. I mean that with respect. No, so we went to fucking we were at Landmark at a course, a self-development course, and we went to lunch together. It was me, my brother, him, and this other dude. And we're there and like we were just fucking it was Justin. What up? Shout out Justin. We were sitting there and fucking he just asked me, like he just looks at me, looks at my brother, he's like, yo, like, when's the last time you cried? And I was like, the fuck? Like, and at this time I was still all like kind of acting hard and all that stuff, and like I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It had been like years or something like that. And I was like, oh, my best friend died. And he was like, all right, like, no, like outside of like some major tragedy. And I was like, shit, at that point it had been like, I don't know, like, yeah, I can't even remember. Maybe when I was like a little kid. Like maybe if a girlfriend broke up with me or something as a teenager, but like that was, I would consider a major event at the time. So like when it was really just me being present with myself, it had been forever. And I would show up at funerals and not cry. I would feel no emotion. There was a point I went to so many funerals I feel no emotion. And I would just be like, fuck again. And like, damn, I'm kind of losing my point. What was I saying?
Pain. Crying.
Oh yeah, crying. That's right. Yeah. So like, I just realized, like, holy shit, I'm completely hardened off to my emotions, expressing love, receiving love, anything. Everything was just so forced.
What about pain?
I was just living pain. I was just walking.
What does that mean?
Living, breathing pain. It means like I was just expressing my pain onto people who had.
What did that pain feel like? Where did it feel? Where was it? In your heart?
everywhere. My whole body. It was everywhere. But yeah, I would say it started at my heart and stomach. And then like, well, yeah, you know what? Because like, in my experience or how I relate to it back is like, because I went through some traumatic shit when I was young, seeing like losing family members all so fast and so young, it like, I just stopped talking. I feel like it shattered my heart, and I feel like it shattered my hunger. Like it shattered everything. Like I feel like it completely broke me, like spiritually, mentally, physically. Like now I never really thought about it like this. Like if I think about it from a point of my chakras and how they exist and live, like, and how it would show, how the impact of your chakras being fucked up would show up in real life. I was experiencing all of it. And now I'm thinking about, wow, bro, like, thank you. Like, I would, like, when I'm thinking about it from every piece of me. Like when I was little, I would pee the bed, and it was like, damn, that's like a chakra. That's all jacked up. And I just couldn't stop. Like I would go so deep into my dreams to escape reality that I would stay there so deeply that like you couldn't wake me up. I would go into a fucking other dimension as a kid. And because of that, my body was here and I wouldn't have control of it. Like you could shake me, you could jump me on me, elbow drop me, scream in my ear, anything. I wouldn't wake up. And like I would just sleep beyond my body's capacity to fucking hold that much pee in my body as a kid and just piss the bed. And like I was like, fuck, dude, like this is, no matter what I did, I couldn't fucking shake it. Like, oh, it fucking sucked, dude. So like there was that. And then like my appetite, I wouldn't want to eat anything. We were broke as fuck. All we had to eat was rice, beans, and hard-boiled eggs. So I'm like, fuck, this shit's gross. I didn't want to eat. Like my parents were barely hanging on for themselves, you know? And then also at the same time, like I just had no real like sense of love or compassion, because my grandma, who was the most like loving, compassionate, she was the person who would give me hugs and stuff. And like nobody else outside of my grandma really would give me a lot of hugs. And like, because my parents were going through so much, losing, my mom lost her mom and her sister and her aunt too, you know, I mean, her daughter, her mom, her daughter, and her aunt in the same time, like, and she's only in her early 20s. Like, that's fucking crazy, bro. So like, I was just disconnected. My parents, they just needed to survive. And, fucking, so I stopped talking for pretty much a whole year of second grade. And then that just had my mentality all fucked up. So I'm just thinking of how each chakra goes up and through. And it's like my throat, I couldn't talk. I didn't talk, I should say. And then in my mind, I'm just like fucking thinking about shit that I feel like other kids definitely weren't thinking about. Like I'm watching kids play ball and be like, man, like you don't even realize you could be dead right now. You don't even know what dead is. You know, like kids are still being lied to at that point while I'm walking around just observing. And it's like, you don't even realize why. You don't even realize you're having fun. You're just playing ball. And I'm just like, you don't even realize the alternative to this. And I'm thinking all these things as a little kid and like in second grade. How old? So like 6 or 7, maybe. Yeah, 7, 8, maybe. Yeah, between 6, 7, 8. And so what that did was it kind of made me like angry because nobody understood me. And the teachers are just like, I'm just being considered dumb. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm just fucking like emotionally damaged and I'm just really creative. I don't think in this way either. So it's like, I'm just not meshing with anybody. Nobody's understanding me. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. So the first people I see at school that have the same expression on their face are the gangsters. And I'm like, yo, like, these are the only people who look like me. And they're immigrant kids, so they're wearing their parents' baggy-ass clothes. They're sagging, all this shit. And that's where, like, sagging came from, is because we couldn't afford clothes that it was, like, our parents' clothes. I was wearing my dad's pants that I would lap around me twice and tie a belt around. And fucking, like, the other kids had baggy pants, too. And we're like, yo, like, your pants don't fit either. And, like, other people started sagging because they thought it was cool, but we were sagging because, like, we didn't have money to, like, afford pants that fit.
Yeah.
So, like, that just led to like, yo, I relate to these people. And that just led to just being more angry. But this piece inside of me that like was like a good person in me, like I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to help people when I was a kid, you know? And like that piece of me just never died. And I couldn't fully ever commit to being a gang member or joining a gang or anything, because there's just something in me that like it just didn't, like, no, I just need to be myself, just be cool with everybody. And like I don't know, that then I started getting hurt and breaking bones. And it's weird. I feel like that was the universe like holding me back from fully ever hanging out with the wrong people for good. Like the first time I saw my friend have a gun, I was in 4th grade and he was in 5th grade. And he had a gun in elementary school. And it's like, yo, this is fucking crazy, bro. And like, that shit is real out here. They understand death apparently too, you know? Like, fuck. So, but I started breaking my arm and I started doing, like, my sports started getting way more extreme. And I guess I just started putting that energy, like, a little I was getting into trouble and all, but like a lot of it I was fucking pushing the limits, like jumping my bike or, you know, skateboard or whatever the fuck, and like always getting hurt. And that led to like breaking 64, 5, 6 or 7 bones. I like stopped counting. And I realized, like, fuck, after meditating, that all the reason I keep getting hurt and why I have so much physical pain inside is because I haven't healed that inner me. And without healing that inner me, I could never see the greater me, because that all that pain could not exist in that person. So it's impossible to imagine that. It's like being like, I'm Superman, I can fly. Like, it's just too far out of reach. You know, and it's like not until I started working with plant medicines, ayahuasca, you know, mushrooms, DMT, marijuana, I can't think of what else at the moment, but like
Rape.
Yeah, that too. Oh, that was amazing. And it's just been so beautiful, dude, because it's like I feel like how I like to relate to plant medicines is like as ancient technology. And that's how it resonates the most with me, is like, yo, this is ancient technology. And within the technology, it's like you have to have the tools, you know, and I resonate with that too. And that it's just technology. It teaches you. And I feel like what I've learned is how to talk to my inner self and how to heal that younger me. Like, a lot of this can be achieved through meditation and self-development and work, but like, I feel like this is just a different level that like, it puts a whole nother perspective on why you would even want to do that in the first place. Or, you know, like, why is it even appealing to you that you want to get better or improve your life or your inner self for some reason? You know, like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, when these conversations are had, it just carries and flows, and like people are inspired when, you know, you hear something that resonates with you, and sometimes that's the exact time that's your calling to fucking go do what you're supposed to do, you know? Dude. Howdy? Yeah. All right, dude. Love you, man. Thank you. No, you taking baby? You guys got the car seat and shit?
Am I gonna see you again?
Most likely.
Right,
yeah,
cool.
I leave on the 16th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of time.
You taking Roy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Cool.
You want to bring him in real quick so you can say bye?
We just buckled him up right
Oh,
now.
shit. All right. For sure. No worries.
Cool.
All good.
All right,
Cool. All right, dude.
Love you, dude.
Love you, man.
You too.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Peace. Damn, bro. So, okay. So that leads to a good question. Actually, I had written down. To you, what is the point of a shaman? Like, what is a shaman and what's the point of one?
Shaman provides safe and sacred space. That's, I would say, is the foundational piece.
So how do they do that?
How do they do that? That's the internal work. When you're able to create that for yourself, you learn to create it for others. And so it's people that I believe that have been working their inner realms for long enough to be able to hold space for others. That's a shaman.
Wow. Fuck yeah. Damn, that's beautiful. I love that, dude. That's really dope. In my experience, any of the shamans I've worked with have been just such like magical people. I can't even explain it to like, I'm trying to think in the most simple way possible. It's like a humble version of a really experienced like pastor or something. Like, you know, you have your cool pastor who's like, they're fucking cool, you know, like, but this is like, so like, maybe I'm painting this wrong. Not to down any pastors. It's just like a different culture version of a pastor. Like, doesn't have the fancy stuff like clothes and robes, but they do have ceremonial clothes and stuff. And like, I don't know. I'm saying this completely wrong. Like, I guess let me just kind of back to more like really my experience of what a shaman is like they've been able to hold a safe space, like you said, and how they've been able to do that is like with ancient songs and rhythms and techniques and like traditions and but these traditions aren't really just for the sake of doing a tradition. It's because they actually do something energetically and take you somewhere specifically. Like I remember from my first few experiences with ayahuasca, like during the first ceremony, each song that was played took me to a completely different sector of my life and of the world and the universe, and it would like teleport me to be like, okay, we're gonna look at ego right now. And it's like, holy fuck, okay. And then it's like, and then I would get images, and Mama, I would talk to me, and she would tell me like, all right, like it would paint pictures. She would paint pictures for me. It would be like this is how people exist, like on a very egotistical level, just kind of out on the surface level. And sees people like, you know, like driving fancy cars that they can't afford, people flexing all the time, just, you know, extra shit. And then it's like, okay, and then it started boiling it down. And it's like, here's how your ego affects the world and how it affects you and how much you actually live out your ego and how much of that you are. This is what it means, you know? And like, this is how much of your ego you contribute to society and all this stuff. So like within that, like for me, it was just so visual. I was seeing pictures of it. It was pictures and talking, and it was just like, oh my God, like so much. But I was going on journeys of like, so what I did was like, I jumped into my body energetically, spiritually, like mentally, something. It was like Magic School Bus, if you've ever seen a cartoon. Like, I was just shoomp, one in my body. I was like, oh, okay, all right, guys, let's go into the brain. Like, let's go rip out your motherfucking ego. Like, fuck this thing. So I was like, man, fuck my ego. So what I did was in my head, I fucking jumped into my brain, and my ego was like the strongest industrial Velcro lining around the whole inside of my brain. And I jump in, I just start fucking ripping it out. I have my foot on the wall. I'm like, it's the hardest thing ever to rip. I'm just like pulling. And it's just slowly, I'm just like working as hard as I can. Like my hands are bleeding, like I'm sweating everything. And I'm going through and I'm just like ripping the whole, I'm like, fuck this thing. And I get to right here. And like this part of my brain, which is above my left eyebrow in my forehead, fucking, something like, I felt like my spirit guide, how I would relate to him, jumped in and was like, stop, you need that. I was like, no, fuck this. He's like, no, you need that. And you're being your ego right now, like, chill. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, what, why? And he told me, he's like, bro, like, you need, I forget the number, I have it written down, but it was like, I left like a certain percentage of my ego in my brain. And it was like 26% or something like that. Or 18%, I forget. But like, I left it in there, and he's just like, stop, leave it. And I'm like, why? And he's like, because ego is not all bad. It's just been exaggerated and exploded, and a lot of us just follow that thinking it's the right thing. What you need it for, the whole purpose of it, is to give yourself a sense of self, to be able to claim who you are, to be able to acknowledge who you are in this world, and that is your creativity. Your ego is your creativity. If you have the audacity to put your idea on a paper, on a platform, in an information, that's a little bit egotistical. It's like, listen to my ideas. Oh, look at my drawing. It's like, who gives a shit? Like, I look at my drawing. You know, like, it's like, but no, like, we need that part to be able to create art, to be able to share our abilities, to be able to like
inspire.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, dude. Oh, that was cool too. But yeah, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, bro. So like with these plant medicines, it's very interesting, dude. I was also able to heal things that they say we can't heal in America. Like I had psoriasis, and they said it's incurable. And I'm like, and then I'm reading online, and the only people who said they've cured it is the people who've been like, oh, I just done meditation, because they say it's brought on by stress. And that makes sense. Like, fuck, my two best friends got murdered. My girl cheated on me. I got fired. I had to quit my career. Like, that was stressful. It showed up for me. And then, like, once I was like, meditation, like, weird. So I just started diving deeper into that world. And then for me, how plant medicines occurred to me was like a deeper version of meditation. And some people will be like, oh, no, it's a shortcut. But I don't think it's a shortcut because it's distinctly different than it being a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, this is its own fucking journey, like, no doubt. You know, like, it's not a shortcut.
I would say, if anything, it's just alignment. It's like, all right, well, now this is what this is about.
Yeah.
No, not a shortcut. It's when it's time, and you didn't get there by a shortcut. You got there because it was time for you to get there.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, dude. Oh, perfect timing. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here.
Damn, dude.
Fuck yeah, bro. That shit with my brother was really powerful. That was such a real fucking moment, dude. That was fuck, dude.
And again, I think that's what we need. We need people to be real with us and have someone that we can be real with.
Yeah, I know, man. It's too easy for people, in my experience, and it's like maybe I'm just in the wrong circles or something. But it's like what I most frequently experience with people is just like a quick like hi and bye. Like a lot of people, I feel like, this is my judgment, is that they're just afraid that it's going to get turned back onto them and they're going to have to express some real shit and actually acknowledge it. And it's like most people would rather just play in that realm of like hi bye. And it's like, fuck, dude, like if you really think about it, like that's fucking corny as fuck. Like it's so lame. And I'm guilty of it for sure. Like for me, it's not that I don't want to share myself. It's this, I don't know what it is. Like I've been looking at that lately. Like, why do I often like just stop, or I don't want to get into it? And it's often like I catch myself in a time constraint or some shit like that. And I'm like, like I've got shit balanced pretty good, but I just need to rearrange where I have some shit, you know? And like with the rearrangement of shit, stuff just feels better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like we're in this garage here. Excuse me. And this is the same place. Like, I'm sure if you watch the old videos, you see how much shit was in here. This is all the same stuff. Like, there's nothing new in here. There's actually more shit in here. But it looks, I mean, I don't know if it looks more cluttered or it looks cool, or I don't know. Whether it looks, however, it's going to look how it looks. Like, there might be some more posters a little later. That's just how it is. And, like, I think my whole point of that is, like, when you rearrange shit, it can be fucking beautiful and peaceful and serene and really nice. And we can do that same thing with our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings. And like, if we just learn to like recategorize them and just like, oh, this is the home for this is the home for this. Like, shit just kind of works easily. You know? I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, it brings organization. Organization brings clarity, and clarity now gives you peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because now all there is to do is just be inside that clarity, inside that peace of mind. Organization is huge.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely, man. I'm such a cluttery person typically that like I'm like I catch myself. I'm like, all right, but I do absolutely recognize the importance of it, and that's fucking really powerful. That's another good place to start. That's very practical. Is like just start with organizing your space, rearrange it even. Like it's so common, I know, for like if your family's lived in your house for fucking 20 years, 50 years, or 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, like. It's pretty damn common that like if you move that sofa, there's gonna be a completely different color carpet underneath it or color floor or whatever. Like, no, that's where the sofa goes. And it's like, dude, like that's how we create stagnance. It's like, no, that's where it goes. Don't move it. Like, no, we gotta rearrange these things sometimes, Otherwise we get these stale spots. Like same thing if you never move a desk or whatever, it's gonna get stale spots under it. Like the same thing I feel like happens with our thoughts and our beliefs. And it's like, if we believe the same shit forever and we're never willing to like unlearn and relearn it continuously, then it just becomes this stale, different colored spot in your brain that you just don't acknowledge.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how you become hard in your ways and just set. That's the way it is. Like,
I feel that's one of the gifts that traveling has given me. It interrupts. It has me interrupt. And so as a self-mastery coach, one of my biggest things is continuously creating a lifestyle that inevitably gets me the results I want in my life. That's my whole purpose of coaching, is so that people can create lifestyles that get you the results you want in your life inevitably, meaning no matter what you do, you're going to get the result. right? But inside of that, I have to deal with the confrontation that every time I move, I travel, I go to a different space. And in that different space, I have to deal with completely different culture, different customs, different rules, different regulations, different everything, right? And I'll be there for a good month, 2 months, 3 months, and then I'm off to a different place where it's, again, all of that is, so it's me being able to process that, but in itself is the self-mastery. And so I think in identifying, what am I doing? Where am I going? What is my constant daily actions? And am I okay with what I'm doing? Am I okay with the life I'm living? Am I okay with where this is going? Right? And it's in those simple questions that if the answer is no to any of them, then what are you going to do about it? And I think that was my biggest thing. Is like, well, I don't want this right now. I don't want this. I don't want this. All right. Well, then what are you going to do about it? Well, then let me go somewhere else. And then in that process, it'll be like, well, then you start to notice the patterns, or you start to notice what it is that you don't actually like. Mm. And that, again, is self-mastery, identifying who am I? Not based off what other people say, but based off the experiences I put myself into and the reaction or the feeling those circumstances feel to me.
That's not funny, but sorry. No, I completely agree with you, but the image that just painted into my head, I don't know where the fuck this came from, but it's just...
Oh, please share.
It just made me think of like attraction and like how we relate to people and how we can appreciate the negative things. So within that context, what I thought of was like, I could be standing there as a single person, being an observer and being like, and have some fucking lady come in, like, you fucked up my french fries, motherfucker. Instead of you being like, what a bitch, you could be like, you know, I don't find that type of personality attractive. like you can use it to your benefit, you know? It's like you just gather information rather than judging. And that's that's a huge, powerful difference between like, oh, that fucking bitch versus like, you know, I don't find that type of personality or actions attractive. You know, it's like, how can you're something, you know what I mean? Like, how can I make this better? And it's kind of like looking for the positive inside of like whatever the fuck is going on, because it doesn't have to occur negatively.
Yeah. It doesn't have to. Again, the willingness to pause and reflect and be like, why? Mm-hmm. Right?
Dude, yeah. That leads me to something that we were talking about earlier that I want to ask you that I think will trip people the fuck out is like, how do you relate to like it's just to put it like simply put it like good and evil, good or bad, right or wrong, like how do you relate like light and dark, like how okay let me say this a little better, like to say this a little more clear. How do you how do you relate to we all understand what it's like to have the light in our light in our life. Mm-hmm. To some degree, and we all understand what it's like to have some sort of like darkness in our life. Mm-hmm. So how do you relate to darkness in people's lives or in your life or in general? Like, because you speak about it in a very like positive and beneficial way, yeah, and very nonchalantly, and it's like, but how you say it is it's a very like unique and positive twist that I completely agree and subscribe to and with, that like I think is very fucking useful and powerful for people. So like how you can take your deepest, darkest pains and hurts and secrets and fucking shame and wrongs and every blame and everything. Like all that darkness, how do you relate to how would you speak on that?
It's part of you. So why are you avoiding it? It's that simple. It's like the moment you can fully accept that we all have that dark side, right? And that dark side in us is what makes us balanced. Right? If you look at a battery doesn't turn on just with positive energy. You need positive and negative charge for a battery to turn to work. Mm-hmm. Right? So same concept. It's like we are batteries. We need the positive and the negative. The question is, under free will, which do you choose? And that's the why I talk about, well, this is your destiny and you're going to go along your destiny. You're going to learn. Right? And you're going to process information. You're going to take on actions, and that action is going to give you some feedback. That feedback loop is going to give you a positive, I want to do that again, or I don't want to do that, or I'm going to avoid that. And I'm going to try this completely different. Right? And so it becomes this exploration, but the exploration of where you get the balance, where it's either this or this. And so oftentimes I believe there's constantly this propaganda of you have to choose one or the other. Right? It's choose this one. No, choose this one. No, choose this one. Well, when I realize, I'm like, wait, this one or this one still belong to this body. So it's like, why am I stuck here when I can fully embody both? Right? And I think that's what Maestro Eladio taught me when working with ayahuasca was you have to understand your darkness. Stop avoiding it. Right? And then when you can fully accept it, then you can start to manage it and control it and look at it for what it is. Look at it for what it is. It's still part of you. It's possibilities of you.
Damn, dude.
All in the world of possibilities. And so when you look at it from this world of possibilities, you can now begin to balance yourself out no matter what the circumstance is. You read somebody that's on this side that's of darkness, right? And you can level it out with yours and vice versa.
Wow. Damn, that just gave me the image of like navigating through bullies and through the streets. And, you know, it's like, if you're like, oh, no, versus like, some motherfucker, like, usually it's just nothing's going to happen if you respond with some motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh shit, like, you were more ready than I was. Fuck. Like, damn, it's really powerful to be able to acknowledge that within yourself and to match your darkness responsibly with somebody else's
Ooh, you
darkness.
said that. I love that. To match your darkness responsibly. That wow. I've never heard of that before. I've never thought that word alone is key.
Yeah. Bro, absolutely.
Because look, man, that is literally playing with fire. Because you're willing to match somebody's darkness.
Wow.
And that's where if you're willing to match somebody's darkness, that's where you have to be careful with your ego.
Yeah.
And that's really what I believe as men holding space for men is being able to match that other person's darkness without letting ego intervene and take it to the next level.
Yeah. Wow. Holy fuck, dude.
So it's holding that space is, you want to go there? Let's go there. Let's go. Now that I'm here with you ready to come back down? Because I'm here with you. I'm here. Are you ready to come back down? All right, let's go back down.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Holy fuck, dude. That just contextualized so many different events in my life right now, and just like straight through my eyes. Like, there's been events where like, I had to use my ego and my darkness to like, just do some crazy shit that's not supposed to be possible. Like, I remember there was a gang and they used to hang out in this area and fucking, there were Bloods, and at the time, majority of my friends were Crips, and like, I would see these guys, they just had a problem with me for who I knew and shit. I knew actually like a handful of them where I was cool with them just from before all the gang shit, but like, I don't know, it was just kind of whatever. But like, I would walk by these people, they would talk shit to me every now and then. Hey, what's up, motherfucker? Like, just say, you know, call me shit. Hey, faggot. Hey, this, that. Like, say shit like that, and I would be like, whatever. I would just kind of just brush shit off. There's like 30 of them, keep in mind. And like literally. And they would just talk shit to me as I walked by. I'm like, whatever, man. And it was funny because they would just keep it randomly, but they were scared every time. It was like from like kind of a cowardice place. They were doing it to establish dominance in their own little group. And as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, they're just trying to assert dominance in their own group. They don't even give a fuck about me. So as soon as I just like realized that, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking call them all out next time. So I walk by and I'll just walk by slowly and I'm just staring at all of them. And they're just like, hey, what's up, faggot? And I'm just like, I look, I was like, ooh, all right, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready, dude. And I just turn around, I'm like, some motherfucker, any motherfuckers want to talk shit? What's up? Let's go right now. I'll beat any motherfucker's ass. And everybody fucking stood still. There's 30 of them, and it was just myself. And they just fucking froze. And I was like, oh, I was there. I just stood there. I'm like, okay, like, and then I kept walking, and I'm just like, and I threatened them. I talked some more shit, and then fucking, I talk way better shit when I was younger. It's been a long time, but I kept going, and I don't recommend talking shit to a gang of people. Don't do that. But like, this was after a lot of observation and this special circumstance. So like, don't go talk shit to gangsters. Go make friends with them. Go understand them. Relate to them. Understand why they're doing what they're doing. Shit like that.
Yes.
Holy shit, bro. I don't know where the fuck you go from here. Oh shit. No, so like I don't know. I guess we can just kind of start wrapping this up here. What would I ask a lot of people this, and I usually come in from my automatic context to come from is like, what advice would you tell like younger people and people on the come up? But I don't like that because it's a little impersonal. What more specifically, like what would you go back and tell your own younger self simply?
Get clear on who your highest self is. Because I truly believe that.
Damn, dude.
Like really, like the sooner you can get connected to what's important to you, then it's like that's your path. Go for it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks. No, like you feel that that's your path, go for it. And the only way you're gonna really truly know if that's your path, it's by going for it.
Damn.
It's there. It's like, look, man, I've tried so many different things. The reason I've tried so many different things is like, whoa, I wonder if this is what I want. Yeah, no, that's what I want. No, that's not what it. Right. And so it's don't get stuck either. Don't get stuck in complacency. Don't get stuck in being so comfortable that you forget what it is that you truly want. Like knowing that even if you're comfortable, can you be comfortable knowing that you're going towards where you want? Right. But sometimes we forget and we lose track of what we want in the first place, or we just don't know.
Yeah.
And so we accept anything that's comfortable.
Fuck.
Don't accept anything that's not true to you.
Yeah.
That's really what you truly want, what you truly desire. So it's get clear with that. Write it down in its full detail, full everything, because it's your life to live and nobody else's. You came here for a reason, so go fulfill on that. What's the reason? Don't ask your mom, don't ask your dad, ask yourself. And if you can't have that dialogue with yourself, keep trying. Eventually, you're going to learn how to dialogue with yourself.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Keep dialogue because look, there's nobody knows you better than yourself. You just forgot. Right? Like if we look at it now from a soul perspective, right? That let's say that this body, I'm more than just this body. This body is just my avatar. And it's one of the many avatars that I've gotten to experience in this platform, right? So I've come here multiple times. Just this is the avatar I get to choose. So therefore, I connect with my spirit, with my soul, not with this avatar. This avatar limits me to my own personal experiences in this timeline. My soul connects me to all of my lifetimes. So in that, there's some experience there.
Wow.
And whose experience? My soul's experience. So let's dialogue. How do I get there? What do I need to do? What do I actually want? What's possible?
Yeah.
And then once you're clear on that, then you need to start taking the action. You see, because here's the thing. I talk about the idea of, it's like feet, right? You got 2 feet. One is thinking and one is action, right? Oftentimes there's people that just think and think and think and think. And so they're just going in circles. Yeah. Then there's other people that just act. They just take action, 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 action. Right? Those are the ones that are living in that mundane 9 to 5, same routine, just act, stop thinking about what they want, just act, just do the normal thing, right? Now, you're still going in circles. The goal is act or think, 1 foot forward, and then act on that thought immediately. Think, act, think, act, think, act. Don't worry if you don't know what the 3rd step is or what the 2nd step. No, just focus on the next step and just do that.
I think that's so crucial, dude. Like, don't even worry about it. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Just
don't worry about it being
next
wrong.
Just take the next one. Next action.
Yeah.
Don't worry about 5th. No, just next one. And if you can have patience, done. Game over.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you need to have 2 things very crucial, right? Or I went to a tree once. So I'm in ayahuasca, finished ceremony, and I go into the jungle and I'm walking around and I see this big, huge, fat, humongous tree. And I decide to ask it a simple question. And I ask, how did you get so big? And it answered 2 things. 1, you need to have patience. Patience. Because I didn't grow like this overnight. Right? And then the second one is you need to believe that you're actually going to make it.
Damn.
You have to actually believe that you're going to freaking grow, that you're going to be big, that you are big. that you are this ginormous source with so much impact and so much value to provide to humanity, to this world, to this planet, to this universe. You really are. But we forget that because we're constantly being told what we're not. We're not told or reinforced what we are. And it's an infinite amount of possibility that can truly make a difference.
Damn.
You are an infinite amount of possibilities that can make a big difference.
Fuck.
How many of those possibilities are you living inside of and seeking to step into and invite into this realm?
I like that.
Right? So that's my advice that I would give to somebody.
That's awesome. You mean yourself?
No, you asked me the question.
Oh.
Who would I give?
Oh no, I was saying normally I ask that,
to
but it's
myself.
not for yourself.
Yes, to myself.
But
so yes, I feel
clearly,
like I feel like I've been telling myself that the whole time.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what you're living. So of course that's what you would think.
Yeah.
You know, to tell the next person. So
Yeah.
no, I think that's fucking cool, bro. I think that there's another thing that I'm noticing here within all the podcast interviews and this is there's another commonality amongst everybody. Is there was this thing that you love as a kid, or this thing that you found intriguing or cool or something, and you've brought that back into you've carried that into your present life, and you base your career off of that main thing. And what I see that is, what are you thinking?
Helping people.
Oh, cool. Sick. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I agree with that. But I guess there's something that I see, which the common thing between your kid self and your now self is curiosity. Like you just always have this curiosity, and that curiosity I feel like it just takes you to where you're not supposed to go. You know, places that fucking, you know, it's just not supposed to fucking do that shit, you know? And it's like your curiosity keeps that shit just alive. Yeah, it keeps your spirit alive and keeps your fun alive. So I think that's fucking epic, dude. Yeah.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
Curiously engage with life.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's beautiful. Yeah, bro. So I guess just to wrap this up, like, any questions you have for me before we shut this down? Or
I want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you for your growth, for your consistency in wanting to strive to be better, right? And really being a role model, not only to Nathan, to Royal, but to your brother, right? And the impact that who you are as a human being has on others, right? And so I want to acknowledge you for being a brother to me, right? In the sense of being a friend and willing to hold space for me in multiple ways, and inspiring me to go surf, and inspiring me to go skateboard again, and inspiring me to have that inner child that likes to play and engage in the world curiously, playfully, to play in the world. Right. And I think that's something that you have been such a key demonstration in my life is doesn't matter how old you are, you're never too old to play.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at your toys, dude. Right? You're never too old to play, bro. And it's like that. It's like keeping that spirit alive. That keeps me wanting to continuously strive, like surfing. Like now it's like, oh, I can't wait to bring Calvin out here so that he can surf, right? But it's like just simple things like that, man. That it's just like who you are in the world of engaging curiously as well. Like to see you play with Royal, dude, that's awesome. So just thank you, dude. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for holding the space for myself, for your listeners, for everyone that's following you, dude. Just thank you. And all the people that are going to follow you, including all your generations of time, of life, of family.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, so
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, man. That's beautiful. I fucking love you, Sebastian. I appreciate you so much, man. And like, it's an absolute blessing an honor to have you here and just to know you and to be for you to be family. Like it's fucking incredible, bro. So thank you very much, man. Thank you, brother. I love you, dude. Your social medias one more time for people who
Ignite with Sebastian and We Clean Planet.
All right, at both of those, follow this guy. That was fucking incredible, bro. Like, I think that's the best interview yet. That was fucking no comparison. I'm just fucking mind blown right now. I think, wow.
Thank you,
fucking
brother.
A, bro. Thank you so much. Fucking love you, bro. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys' time. Have a beautiful day. Remember, keep it real. Have those authentic ass conversations. and stay on the inquiry.
Damn, dude.
Hey.